I remember the first time I ever saw someone chant or heard of what chanting is. It's from a movie called What's Love Got to Do with It? It's a life story of Tina Turner. And there's a certain scene where she goes and visits a friend, and her friend sees her suffering, and her friend, who's a Buddhist, teaches Tina how to chant a certain Buddhist chant called Nam-Myoho-Renge-Kyo. And I saw this movie as a kid, so I probably was too young to be watching this movie, to be honest, but I remember that part. And when I saw the movie again as an adult, older and wiser, I thought, wow, that's very interesting that it was such a pivotal moment in her life that they had to put it in her biopic, where she gained the strength to leave an abusive relationship and to gain more success and happiness in her life. And this chant really was kind of that pivotal moment for her where everything turned around, at least what it portrays in the movie. So I wanted to look into this certain chant, Nam-Myoho-Renge-Kyo. And loosely translated, it stands for devotion to the mystic law of cause and effect. Nam stands for devotion, Myoho stands for mystic law, Renge is cause and effect, and Kyo is sound or vibration. And as I was researching this, I realized, wow, chanting is a perfect tool to help with the law of attraction, to help with manifesting desires. Why? Because in order to manifest desires, in order to at least start or begin manifesting something in your life, it requires some focus. It requires you to mentally focus on your desire and to not have any kind of contradicting beliefs or thoughts, so you can really reach that vibrational frequency and align with your desires so you can attract them into your life. That's the law of attraction. But if you're finding it hard to concentrate, which some people do have that issue where their mind is thinking about all kinds of different things, going all kinds of different directions all the time, it can be really difficult to just be in the moment and just to really focus on one thing. Chanting can help with that when you repeat the same thing over and over again. So I thought, well, is there a different kind of way to chant geared more towards manifesting desires, or maybe something easier, maybe something in English? And I'm a big fan of Gregg Braden. I like his books, and there's a certain video on YouTube. It's more like an audio where you listen to Gregg Braden speak, and he was telling the story about this certain practice that these people use in a hospital in China, where they don't use any medicine, they use a certain mode of prayer. And I discovered a certain, he doesn't call it a chant or a mantra, but there's a certain mode of prayer that I believe that would be a perfect chant to help anybody manifest desires. The story goes like this. He sees this video of people practicing a certain mode of prayer on a person who has this cancerous tumor, this tumor of 3-inch diameter in her bladder. And there's this certain machine, this like ultrasound type of machine that freeze frames the tumor, and they leave that in the left screen for reference. And on the right screen, they have the tumor in real time. So in this video, he sees them, the practitioners were surrounded by the patient, or are surrounding the patient, and they close their eyes and they say something in Chinese, which is, I believe, wasa, wasa. And he says, loosely translated, that stands for already done, already done. That's the law of attraction. Once you get to that feeling of already having what you want. And in this video that Gregg Braden was watching, he said that in the right screen was showing the cancerous tumor dissolve within, I think he said within 2.5 minutes of them saying already done, already done, already done. And that was it. And for them, that's everyday business for them. It wasn't a big deal. And they just clapped their hands and said, okay, next patient. I thought that was really interesting. So that can help you focus. That can help anybody focus on their desires and focus on already having their desires, because that's when you reach that frequency. That's when you align with your desires. That's when you're really applying the law of attraction and manifesting your desires. Or at least when you know when you're doing it right, when you feel that feeling. So chanting already done while you're visualizing, while you have that mental picture in your mind, can really help apply the law of attraction.